if you're an older gent like myself, I'm 48, and you find it difficult to maintain a lean physique all year round, I can feel your pain. That's what I used to. I used to struggle with for 46 years. I was trained as a personal trainer, but if you've done your searches recently, especially on YouTube, you'll work out that system, that nutritional system, the guidelines that we've been given, are fucking broken. I mean, they're seriously broken. So, for me at 46, I reached out to someone that was a lot smarter than me. And I quickly realised that maintaining, especially for an older gent like myself, it's about hormones because they partition fuel, right? They open doors to fat storage and fat loss. They produce, you can increase your testosterone and DHEA when you tick a few boxes, and that's what it's all about. And it really is that simple. It's about hormones. So, what do you have to do to get it right? Well, three things, right? Three things we need to do. Number one, it's about negative fat balance. So what does that mean? Well, in a nutshell, you've got fat coming into the system, right? And you've got fat in the system, fat cells from our adipocytes. So we need to make sure the fat coming into the system and the fat in the system, we're burning. So it's negative. We're burning body fat. Beautiful, we tick that box. And what controls that are hormones. So to get that in the right direction, we need a glucagon to insulin ratio of about 1.5 or below. And don't worry about this yet. I'll give you some more tips at the end of this, but that's what we need to have true to be burning body fat. So what that means is we have metabolic flexibility. Now, number two, we want to maintain muscle, right? Okay, because that is so important especially for older gents. We don't want to be wasting our precious muscle. So we need positive nitrogen balance, and this isn't hard to do, and you don't need a lot of protein coming into the system. We just need glucagon at the right ratio, as I mentioned, the first step, and also growth hormone spiked up, which is super simple to do. I mean, it is so easy to do when you have the right information. I'll provide that at the end of it. And the third thing that we need to do is to have our mind on point. Because as soon as we start worrying, to give you an example, we're worried about what other people think. We're cut off in traffic, all this bullshit, these little stresses, these little insults that we have during the day. What do? They increase cortisol. Cortisol is catabolic. It burns muscle, right? And it increases fat storage. So we have to make sure the mind is on point as well. So those three things are the first basic steps that you need to get right. So to put number one in perspective, how do we keep insulin down and glucagon up? Well, we don't supply substrates, fuel. We don't put fuel into the system that increases insulin, right? We don't want to increase insulin. We want glucagon to stay up high, to be burning body fat. And when glucagon is up high, so is growth hormone. It's spiked three big times throughout the day. So how do we do that? We limit carbs. Okay? We limit carbs. But we also limit stress, psychological stress, like being cut off in traffic and all that bullshit, because that's going to put up insulin and waste muscle. So that's the very first part of the equation. And you can do that in two ways. You can just do low carb, ketogenic type diet, but also you can use fasting. And there's lots of information on YouTube, or you can, put a comment below, and I'll talk about how you can fast. I do it all the time, but you've got to do it right too, because if you get it wrong, it can cause a stress in and of itself. So we have to think about mineral balance, because minerals are extremely important. For instance, if you don't have enough sodium on board, your body goes into a stress response, increases cortisol, and cortisol, as we know, is catabolic to muscle, and it stores body fat. So it's a bad situation to be in, and you'll get cravings. You could even get bloated. Vitamins and minerals are just, extremely important that we get them right. Calcium is another one. Magnesium is another one. Holy crap. Magnesium, every single ATP molecule that you make, which is the end result of energy, so ATP is energy, requires magnesium to be bound to it. So if you don't have enough magnesium, you won't have energy either. And one more final thing here. Also, if you like this information, give it a thumbs up so it gets some more traction, and put some comments below if you'd like me to, say, talk about fasting or something. Now, the last thing I'd like to finish on is vitamin D. Why? Because it is important in over 1,000 genes and pathways in the human body, and the current government recommendations are well below what they should be. Well below. And there's plenty of research out there that shows you that. All you got to do is just, do a search here on YouTube or on PubMed. Okay? Now, vitamin D is, when you create testosterone and DHEA, DHEA is a vitamin D dependent enzymatic reaction. So if you don't have enough vitamin D, you won't be creating a lot of DHEA. And as we know, DHEA helps you feel amazing, and it's also a neural steroid for the brain. It helps your brain grow from stressful experiences in the same way that testosterone helps your body grow stronger from physical exercise. So there it is. And again, if you've liked this, give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. And put a comment in below if you'd like me to talk about fasting or something else here. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed this.